Welcome to my center. Honeys feel it deep in their placenta. Cold as the pole in the winter. Welcome to my center. Honeys feel it deep in their placenta. Cold as the pole in the winter. Welcome to my center. Honeys feel it deep in their placenta. Cold as the pole in the winter.
Hey yo, what's up guys? Today I show a new build updated for the Morrowind. Is a professional HeavyStrike build. So the sets are not simple to get, but I will make another video with easier setups. So let's jump in and let's see. This build are specialized on heavy attacks, so they changed the rules on ESO with the resource management, and I have to adapt me on this level, and if they change the rules I have to change my builds. This looks concerns also for mechanic builds, which I try always to do, which I call the better and stronger builds. So you have always to find the mechanics which works with the sets and the champion points. Pretty combination with the rose and this custom, and look the eyes with the sanguinis voens inside. That looks, it's one of my favorite looking builds also, not just mechanic but also good looking build. Pretty impressive for my gusto. Yeah, and yo, pretty excited, let's jump in. High Elf Dragonite, Magicka Dragonite. I chose High Elf because of the region. I prefer this over a slightly more DPS of the Dark Elf. You can choose also the Dark Elf for more fire DPS, that's also a good choice. Then we use max health and max Magicka, and we are Vampire at stage 2. Is always recommended to be Vampire stage 1, so you don't have these issues of fire. Incoming damage makes you better. So if you are a vampire in the PvP, I choose level 1 always, or level 2. Then we use the Thief. We got this Minor Slayer. The stats, we got 38k of Magicka with a low Magicka recovery, but you don't need the Magicka recovery. This is a special build made it for Morrowind, who works with heavy attack, and this is the whole tenacity, you don't need it. So, and also the health, you got 17k in the PvE, and in the PvP goes over 20k, you know, it is 5k more, and is made it for PvP. Better than PvE this build. It's horrible how hurts this build. And then we got spell damage 2238 and 62.2% of weapon crits. And yeah, the resistances don't look so much because this is all on Bastion and Dumped Magicka. And yeah, if I buff up, we got then 2685 of spell damage. Yo, let's see the set which we use for this pro build. So we got the elegant Inferno stuff in sharpened, all with this max of spell damage enchantment, and yeah, let's see. 126 spell damage and 145 max of Magicka, and a second max Magicka increases your light and heavy attacks by 20%. So that's the first good thing for this build. And a complete, okay, we have on the main bar the elegant Inferno stuff, which is important because the heavy attack makes 12% more damage on your heavy attack, together with the rather passive 8%, just from the passive 20%, plus this makes another 20%, and let's go ahead. I complete this with the elegant rope, light, and I use this in infused. Then I use a shoulder, also in light, in divines. And we got the elegant gloves, also in divines. And we complete that with elegant necklace. And yeah, this makes 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. On your back bar you use the elegant healing stuff, Destro Resto. That's the best for the PvP. I highly recommended that. Use that Destro Resto. That's the best for dueling 1 versus 1, 1 versus X in the PvP. You can't run with 2 Destro stuffs in the PvP. This makes impossible for healing up. The second set which we use. Oh shit, this dislikes now. But works very well with this mechanic build, so let's see what I have. I have the sash of Infallible Eater. Then we got the breezes in infused. And also the feats of the Infallible Eater, also in divines. If you're gonna look, all small pieces are in divines. 1, 2, 3, 4. The small pieces are in divines, and all the big pieces are in infused. 1, 2 and 3. Simple. We use the Infallible Eater, the sash and the feet with the breezes together. This makes 3. 1, 2, 3. Complete that with 2 rings. And yeah, the rings are all, the jewelry all in spell damage. Let's see what gives that set. 672 spell critical, the first. Then we got this Minor Slayer, which normal wise is recommended for trials in the PvE, but you can use that also pretty good in the PvP, because yeah, you will see later. And then the fourth one gives a spell damage. And now the fifth one, your fully charged heavy attack deals an additional 882 of damage. And enemies you damage with a fully heavy charged attack afflicted with minor vulnerability, I can say this word, for 10 seconds, and increases their damage taken by 8%. On the top with another spell critical. So you profit 1 slot more than all other sets. First. And second, why I heavy attack the whole time is not for this additional 882 of damage, but for the next 10 seconds, which increases your damage by 8%. They increases their damage taken by 8%. So if you combine that with the elegant, which makes 20% additional damage, you see these two sets works pretty good together. And we run all in light, not in pen for the PvP, I know, pretty funny, but works pretty good. And the head are in heavy. This is around 6 light and 1 heavy. And this is the Molakina, which gives me 1 additional 129 of spell damage. And yeah, for the next build will come out a complete monster Molakina heavy attack build, which will hurt also. Not so much like this build in my opinion, but a really insane DPS build also. But let's go. So we have yeah, we said Infallibiliter first set, second is this elegant, and just one piece. No monster set for the PvP, no monster set. See skill bar 1, inner light, 5% more max Magicka with this spell critical rating, and is also a major skill which synergize max Magicka 2% and also recovery. Then the next major skill ability, Structured Entropy, have then 8% more of health. That's pretty good, synergize. That makes lovely. Then you have Elemental Drain, that makes Major Breach. From far away, 28 meters, you can use that. Also Structured Entropy. And you have like Region helps you also a small amount of Magicka back with your heavy attacks. That's also pretty good, but better for the Major Breach, 5000 plus from the light passives makes another 4800, so you come 10k, plus your weapon are also sharpened, and the passive from the staff ability, which ignores the spell resistance, also you have to look. Then we use Damped Magicka, really important for the PvP. And also with the champion points I put in the Bastion, and each piece gives 6% more, so when you use 6 pieces for example. Then next the Flame Clinch, that use CC and knockback ability. So my main attack are HeavyStrike, like the name of the build, but I use that also for CC knockback the enemy, and makes also a flame damage over time for every vampire like me, and I love it. Like main ulti, which don't cost nothing and is perfectly soul assault, I'm sorry. And if you're gonna buff up that, that hits for 62k of magic damage, and with the heavy attack, which makes from 35 to 40k damage, that depends how stacks up that, and then you finish him off with Soul Assault. That's I don't know what you can do. And yeah, bar 1, and let's see on the back bar we have same slotted. I love to slot all same, is important for difference of magic I don't like. And yeah, same Structured Entropy, which yeah, is also good for damage over time and heals you also up. Heal over time. The major sorcery I don't look so much. More important are this 8% when it's finished morphed. It's a new build which I leveled up. Then refractive scale, pretty soon you morph that, gives back 35% more of damage. So bar 2 are the protection bar. When I bar swap on this bar, I have me to heal up with the next skill, Healing Ward. Should be you only heal necessary, but this is really good heal and a small shield. And if bar swap with Dump and Magicka together, that's enough for healing me up and Structured Entropy a little bit. And yeah, it's enough for PvP. That's a pretty lovely skill. Then I use the Molten Ornaments, that's the key of the build, which gives you this 40-second 20% of spell damage over 40 seconds. That's pretty hot, so I don't, this major sorcery, I don't use that bolt, this is useless, but the whole time I get this up 40 seconds. Look which skill is that. Your own damage with fully charged heavy attacks increases your damage by 40%. What the fuck with the whole set. Good night. Then the Bat Swarm, I use, you morph that you can heal you up also. That's pretty nice skill which I choose over, let's see, use Shooting Star. Every ability slotted on your back bar increases 2%, so with Structure makes 6%, and you have also this damage over time with Shooting Star. And on my main bar, the Soul attack don't cost really much, 100 and hurt so much, and I use more often the Soul Strike. Champion points. Well, at Morrowind we put here in Siphoner 70 points for reduce their stamina and Magicka recovery. That's pretty nasty because works with my heavy attack. Then they bastard split it up. The Warlord was before better. Now they split these two here. Tumbling, they split it up the boat, so I have to do the same. 10 in Tumbling and 10 in the Warlord because of the build don't have so much stamina, and I have to dodge roll also sometimes. So they made it pretty smart for the resource management for split it up. Yeah, doesn't matter. 70-10 in the Warlord. Then I put 64 in the Arcanist for 30% of Magicka recovery. And now you ask why I don't put all in Tenacity. Because, yeah, if I escape, a little bit of recovery is also good. But I try the whole time to heavy attack him. So 12% with your heavy attack works. That's pretty nice for your region, because together with the fire stuff passive you restore 3600 of Magicka. Then a heavy attack with 12% of my pool. That's my resource management. No enchants. I have any enchant of recovery. That's so works the build. That's the mechanic, and works pretty good. Never run out of Magicka with this build. You have to play really dumb for run out of Magicka with this build. Then now, pretty excited. Elfborn 60 for almost 20% of your crit, and you crit the whole time, so this is important for push up your crit, and your crit heals also, don't forget that. Then Elemental Expert, now 75 for 14%, and it's important to have this one, because when I heavy attack I won't lock off the Arcanwell also. So that works pretty good. with the whole passives. Then now pretty excited because heavy attack, heavy strike, they boosted up. I wish to put 100 here inside because this makes so much damage. 32% plus 20% from the set plus the infallible eater, which gives this funer. This makes you, yeah, passives from the destruction stuff. 12% additional damage on fully charged, plus 8% on single target. Flame 8 makes 20%. And so all that stacks together with the both sets and the passives. That makes so much hurt that also without Molakina, if you make this build different with Molakina, you can reach 55k on single target DPS and on shielded PvP 20k on heavy charged attacks. But this build maybe reaches not 50k but 40k. But I prefer this build without Molakina for also sustain reason. Both sets with the whole passives makes really high damage and no chance for the opponent, 1 versus 1 for example. They have no chance because a heavy attack with the first. The eater procs also 10%. Then the second heavy strike which comes in, he cannot protect anymore. Point. Then we use 64 in the hardy and the same 64 elemental defender and 7 in thick skin, just a little bit, because the most important which I need are not this 4 but 75 in the bastion for your damped Magicka, and each piece of damped Magicka, and I use 6 pieces, makes 36%. With the passive of the light armor, the damped Magicka, every piece gives an additional 6%. So 6, 36%. This makes you pretty good. But you have to take on your shield the whole time. That spawns automatically every 5 seconds by me, this spamming shield. You have to learn that, because I don't run in 7 in pen, and if you run out of your shield, 1 hit and you are dead. That's also a skill. You have very good shield, both good shields with heal up, insane heavy strike. Then when you got attacked, when you are shielded, also you can take back this, and then when you take back you can also give back this heavy strikes of 40k. Okay, on mobs are 40k and on players are from 80 to 21k. Yeah, that's pretty good. I really love it. And thanks for watching, guys. I love you. I love you. I really love you, guys. Holy shit. How she do with cheese eyes? She play with cheese eyes. That's awesome. How she twink. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, anyway. That's pretty high